And as you mentioned, Mayor Estrosi, without the city of Nice, this also wouldn't be possible, hosting us, hosting these athletes, hosting the world, and creating a platform to make dreams come true. Representing Ville de Nice, City Councillor, Deputy Councillor for Sports and Metropolitan Councillor, please welcome Madame Martillon.
Merci. Bien, écoutez, bonjour à vous tous et à vous toutes, et très heureuse, bien évidemment, de vous accueillir dans la ville de Nice. Un événement, bien sûr, international, championnat du monde IRONMAN 2025, donc qui se tiendra le dimanche 14 septembre. Considéré comme un des plus beaux triathlons au monde, l'événement rassemblera près de 2600 athlètes, dont les meilleurs professionnels, et je les félicite, bien évidemment, internationaux, sur un parcours emblématique. Après avoir accueilli en 2024 l'édition féminine, Nice recevra cette année l'édition masculine, confirmant son statut de capitale mondiale du triathlon. Et j'étais déjà présente l'année dernière pour la conférence de presse des dames. Il s'agit de la 3e année consécutive où la ville organise les championnats du monde IRONMAN et aux côtés d'Hawaï, à Nice et Hawaï. L'événement s'est accompagné alors d'une semaine de festivités sportives. Un village expo que j'ai pu visiter tout à l'heure, l'Iron Kid, Fun Run, la Swim Baie des Anges et la Parade des Nations qui a eu lieu hier. Avec le grand départ donc, qui aura lieu dimanche depuis la plage des Ponchettes et l'arrivée sur notre emblématique promenade des Anglais. Alors les athlètes vont parcourir 3,8 km de nage, 180,2 km de vélo et 42,2 km de course, un marathon. En 2026, 2028 et 2030, la ville de Nice donc, accueillera les championnats du monde Ironman 70.3 sur 2 jours. Les femmes le samedi et les hommes le dimanche. Le triathlon joue à domicile à Nice, sur un terrain de jeu exceptionnel. La baie des Anges, la promenade des Anglais, nos collines et l'arrière-pays niçois. On peut voir la mer le matin et éventuellement en saison faire du ski dans nos belles montagnes. Cet événement est aussi une histoire niçoise, initiée dès 1982 avec le premier triathlon de Nice, puis en 2005 avec l'arrivée de l'Ironman. Alors à titre personnel, j'ai été dans ces années-là bénévole, donc je remercie à chaque fois que je peux les bénévoles sans lesquels, bien évidemment, les manifestations ne se feraient pas. Nous en avons besoin et ils sont toujours présents, ils répondent toujours OK pour venir donner un coup de main. Nous sommes particulièrement fiers à Nice de voir émerger une nouvelle génération de champions niçois, à l'image de Vincent Terrier, vainqueur de l'Ironman France Nice au mois de juin dernier. Cet événement est le rendez-vous de milliers d'athlètes venus du monde entier, mais aussi de dizaines de milliers de spectateurs. Il en est qu'à voir, à se promener ce matin sur la zone piétonne dans le Vieux-Nice, où on voit donc tous ces athlètes avec leur sac à dos Ironman, plus les enfants, les mamans ou les papas. Et ça amène beaucoup de monde dans les rues, entre les t-shirts et les sacs à dos. Accueillir l'Ironman, bien sûr, c'est un immense plaisir pour la ville de Nice. Et c'est démontrer une fois de plus l'ambition donc, de la ville d'être au rendez-vous des plus grands événements sportifs internationaux. Messieurs, écoutez, je vous souhaite le meilleur pour cette belle course de dimanche. Et encore, voilà, toutes mes félicitations et bravo, parce que c'est vraiment, je pense, une des épreuves, on va dire, je pense, l'épreuve la plus difficile au monde. En tout cas, voilà, félicitations et bravo.
Merci, Madame Martillon. I think my little bit of school French, I got that she welcomed everybody on behalf of what she calls the capital of triathlon, Ville de Nice. And I think it ended with thanking all the volunteers and thanking the families and friends and saying that it's going to be an incredible spectacle on Sunday, and wishing these 8 athletes and everybody racing belle course, that they have good luck and a great race. Merci beaucoup. Right. I often wonder if perhaps you'd rather be racing than sitting here right now, because I know pressure is on. You want to share some wisdom, but you don't want to share your secrets with your fellow athletes. But Matthew, you are first. Matthew Marquardt, lovely to have you with us. I saw you enjoying the Promenade des Anglais this morning. It's just a lovely way to get the day started. It's such a beautiful destination, and one of the great things about our sport is it takes us to beautiful places. I think Sunday might be a little bit different to training on a cruise ship.
Yeah, no, I'm incredibly excited and grateful to be here. And I think, one of the main themes that I've had this whole year as I've kind of gone throughout the US and throughout the world to race is just how lucky I am to be able to have these moments. And so, even though I'm in the middle of, a rep of running or whatnot, I try to take it all in and just remind myself how lucky I am because, there's so many people that would love to be in the position that I'm in. And so I just want to make the most of it and enjoy it and do it right.
Talking about doing it right, it's very much clicked for you in 2025 with those two fantastic wins. Talk us through that and what that gives you for Sunday.
Yeah, so, real quick kind of rewind for everyone is that Ironman Texas and Ironman 70.3 did not go great. I finished 15th in both of those. And after having, many seasons where I was consistently kind of on the podium or near the podium at a lot of races. And so it was kind of like, it wasn't, crisis mode, but it was just like, oh man, like I don't know how the rest of the season's going to go, but it's a long season. And I found myself down under in Ironman Cairns. And even though it was kind of from behind early on in the bike, I was able to stay calm and work my way back up. And next thing I knew, I was in the fight for first place and got my first pro win there, which was just absolutely incredible and definitely a moment I will never forget. And so yeah, I mean, sometimes things just click and things start to work your way, and hopefully that will continue for the rest of the season. But who knows? It's been a great run so far.
2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, you let out the water here in Nice, leading the entire pro field. You're noted for your swim biking. You've just made reference now to Cairns, and Placid was different where you were coming from behind. How do you think it's going to play out on Sunday? Are you going to be first out the water again, or are you going to be patient and win from behind?
I think for me, there's so many really, really strong swimmers in this race. I think we definitely could see one of the fastest swims kind of ever at an Ironman World Championship. And so it's kind of hard to say exactly where I'll fall in the swim, but certainly like you can't win the race off the swim, but you can lose it. So there's a balance that you have to play there, and some of that will only really kind of become apparent on race day itself.
The USA's Matthew Marquardt, thank you so very much, and the best of luck for your Sunday. We shoot to the other side, to Big Blue, Kristian Blumenfeld. It's been 3 years.
It has. It's been a while, at least since I've been on the podium in the World Championship. I tried to go in Hawaii last year, but I didn't go to planned. But ever since that race in Kona, this race has been like on my mind. And it feels good to finally be here. We've really been spending a lot of time in Nice and also been getting the experience of how sporty the whole city is. It's amazing to see how many people is out on the course or in the mountains riding and running alongside the promenade. And it's been 8 fantastic weeks in the Nice, and I feel like I'm getting quite familiar with the course. So I just can't wait to Sunday and just crossing the fingers that I have some good legs, and because if you have good legs, it can be a beautiful course. If you're not waking up with the right legs, it's going to be the opposite, because it's really a course that's going to test you.
Talking about waking up with good legs, I mean, we know that you are sharing the training. You, Gustav, Kasper, how do you choose who wakes up with which legs in the morning?
Oh, that's a battle. I think we all hope that we can all have a good one. We are obviously dreaming about taking 1, 2, and 3, but it's going to be a very tricky to have maximal days for all 3 of us. But I think all 3 of us have the potential of getting on the podium and also fighting for the win. So it might take off even a bit of the pressure of everyone in the group, because they know that there's 2 other guys who can perform on behalf of us. So, I just hope that I'm the one who is waking up with amazing legs and ready to go.
Would it be fair to say that the race in Kona last year kind of reignited the fire and the hunger that, hell yeah, I want to be world champion again?
For sure, for sure. It was 2 big goals last year, also in Paris, that was working towards for 2 years, basically since Kona in 2022. That one didn't go to plan, which is a shame because it's just like an opportunity you only get once in your life to race in front such a crowd in France, even though it might be the same on Sunday here in Nice. And then I came to Hawaii, and that race didn't go to plan either. So it was a long process. I had plenty of time to think and re-evaluate everything I've done, as I was struggling there on Queen K for the last 35K of the run. And it was definitely some fuel to the bonfire in terms of motivation and trying to do whatever I can to come back on top of the podium again.
Not the fire, the bonfire. You are one of 4 Ironman world champions sitting here. If at all, who are you most frightened of?
I think it's the guy to my left, Sam. He was the one who was making the race in Kona last year. He was putting pressure on everyone until he wasn't. But then again, he was really putting one of the best performances we've seen until it wasn't. But again, he was racing the same way the year before here in Nice. He was really going from the front as well. He did it the year before when he cracked me in Kona. So I think, he's dangerous. But as well, I'm not going to write off Patrick again. I think, it's a world championship, and he did pretty well in this course back in 2023 as well. So, I think those 2 will be the most dangerous guys. As well, we have a dark horse with Jonas Schomburg.
Kristian Blumenfeld from Norway. Takk. Thank you so much. We stay with Norway. We go to Gustav Iden. Gustav, I see the hat is back. That was the hat you were wearing in 2019. You became Ironman 70.3 world champion here on the Promenade des Anglais. I can only imagine that this place and that race holds fond memories for you.
Yeah, 2019 was kind of the breakthrough race for me. I woke up with 5,000 followers on Instagram and went to bed with 40,000. So it just exploded. Especially my following from Taiwan has been insane since. But it's so cool to come back here. I was also here 23 spectating when Sam won, and it was really cool to see the city come to life and honor his win. And I just knew that I did hope for Kona last year, but I knew that would be too tight. But since then, this has really been where I've been saying this is my true comeback. So after winning in Kona 22, I have been trying my best, but my best has not been nearly good enough. But now I'm feeling things are aligning, and on Sunday I'm looking forward to try it all.
It would be fair to say that you've made reference 23 and 24 were really very, very challenging. I noticed your body language when you came down the finish line of the Ironman European Championship in Frankfurt, and you looked at the run time and you're we're on the right trajectory. Would it be fair to say that things are looking good?
Yeah, I took out maybe 15 minutes from my run time in Texas towards Frankfurt, but then I did a lot of walking in Texas. I honestly think I'm the one who have walked the most during the Ironman and still been under 8 hours. So that is also some kind of achievement. But then finishing in Frankfurt, I was around 9 minutes behind Kristian with 11 weeks to go to the World Championship. So a minute a week for 11 weeks is quite the job. But we have been training really well together, me, Casper and Kristian, been in the altitude in the Pyrenees and trying to find similar-ish roads to what to expect here. So feeling confident that the group is ready to be good.
Interesting that he refers to the group and not himself. talking about that group and talking about the relationship with let's say you and Chris for now, and the training together, you get to know each other really well, strengths and weaknesses. And how does that work towards your strategy for your race on Sunday?
Yeah, I think we will not play against each other within the group. We're trying to kind of play up as long as possible. Like the last half bit in a marathon is just a fight for yourself, you know. But up until that point, I think we will try to lift each other up and give each other a little bit of leeway out in a run. But most likely, I'm going to be a little bit behind on the swim. So but I don't think I'm going to race tactically against them. And Sam Laidlow is, most likely going to race like he raced before. So it's not like I can do too much to influence him in any way. So I think I end up racing mostly my own race, but will try to, of course, be smart and not waste my energy either.
Thank you very much, Gustav Iden. So what Gustav said, Sam, is that true?
What did he say? I wasn't listening.
Pretty much that you everybody's going to be chasing you, and you're going to be the one setting the pace.
I'm not so sure about that. I feel like Ironman's evolved a bit. There's more athletes that are coming up from short course and racing aggressively, like I have done in the past. Guys that aren't necessarily here, like Jonas and Martin and Jamie Riddle. I think they'll both be up front, and it'll be a new scenario for me at a World Championship, I guess, which is great. I'm excited about, also I feel that this year I've kind of tried to race a bit more of experience and not just kind of the brash young Sam that would just go full gas until he blew. So so far it's been working out, and hopefully I can just follow them for a little bit, and then at some point just try and sail away.
That win in 2023, and here we are back in this room, back in this place, a place that also holds incredible memories for you. Are you able to channel those memories and channel that race into, positive energy and momentum for yourself on Sunday?
Yeah, massively. I mean, that's what has kept me going. I had a rough start to the season, and just holding on to that 0.1% belief that I could maybe do it again has got me here today. And special memories. And but equally, one of the first things that I got told when I won was that the Norwegians weren't there. So that's also extra fuel to the bonfire, as Kristian would say, to beat them. No, to be, in all honesty, as pro athletes, we want to be our best, but we also want to beat the best, and that's why. I mean, this race in particular it feels like a real privilege, because I feel like every man is here, every man is fit, and no one's got any excuses. So whoever wins will be the true best, and that's an amazing opportunity.
If we look at post Kona in 2024, you were fairly public about some of the health challenges and just not understanding why you couldn't fire, why you couldn't train properly. But you've had two really, really good full-distance races this year, and that fantastic win at the inaugural Ironman Leeds with a very, very challenging run course. What did you learn out of those two races that you didn't know about yourself, be it physical, mental, or emotional?
So I had a reactivation of Epstein-Barr virus at the start of the year, and it took me a long time to figure it out, basically. And it just meant that I really had to put my health first and not necessarily focus on the wattage and the pace all the time, and but that seemed to do me massive favors. It just goes to show that health really is the first big priority. If there's a pyramid of most important things in performance, health is the first one, and I guess that's what it's taught me, and also it's given me confidence, because I came into these races, some of these races that I've done this year, definitely not having trained as much as a lot of the athletes, and so now I have that confidence, and also since then I've been training a little more, so hopefully I'm on an onward trajectory.
Thank you very much. Sam Laidlow. We stay with France, Léon Chevalier. We've had an opportunity to chat quite a bit already this week. Always a pleasure. You've steadily climbed the ranks at the Ironman World Championship, and if we look at that sort of 7th, 5th, 4th,
3-2-1-0.
Ouais.
Yeah, it's definitely been a progression, but as I say, every year it gets harder and harder to improve on that, and especially as the field gets stronger and stronger every year. So somehow I've managed it. This year, yeah, it's once again a bigger and bigger challenge. I think, you know, just being able to sit here and have the privilege of being invited to these things means that already I've kind of established myself as, I've always been the dark horse, I think, for the World Champs, and maybe once again this year, never quite a favorite, but I'm enjoying being here, and I'm going to be realistic. You know, just another top 10 would be already a fantastic result. There's every World Champs, we always say there's, you know, 15 guys who could maybe fight for the win, 20 for the podium, 30 for the top 10. So just to be up there is already a great thing.
You show a lot of humility. You also show that you have a very calm approach to things, so it appears. But when you've looked at your progression, what have you focused on, that final piece that you believe could make the difference?
I don't know. I think I just kind of stumbled upon 4th place last year in Kona. That's how I'd put it. I think it was the first time I was coming into a World Champs with a bit less confidence in my ability to fight for those top spots. But I went into the race with the mentality that wherever I came out from the swim, I was just going to have to do my own race. I think I'd seen in 2022 in Kona that I could just race on my own all day and do it by myself, and that's pretty much what I had to do last year. And I wasn't quite able to hold on to that 2nd place or that podium in the end, but I think I proved to myself that wherever I'm at the end out of the swim, you know, if you can keep that gap to the front of the race, you're probably going to end up on the podium anyways. And I think this year I'm going to have to go with the same approach, just do my own thing and hope it lands me in the top spots at the end of the day.
And when you're out there doing your own thing in this historic triathlon city, you're French, you got the tricolor on your bib number, a lot of French fans. How does that help you achieve your goals?
Well, having support on the course definitely helps. Every time someone's cheering you on, like personally saying your name, or here especially people that I've known personally or almost personally, like from some connections through just going through the ranks as a junior. It's just funny to have those personal stories thrown at you whilst you're running, and kind of takes your mind off the pain of the moment. And yeah, it's just really encouraging. And on top of the fact that we're so close to home, I've got friends and family who've been able to come out and support, whereas Kona being a bit more remote, you don't get as many people on the side of the road, especially, you know, Energy Lab is quite a lonely place to be, whereas here, you know, along the whole course we'll have support, and that's always going to be amazing for race day.
Thank you so much, Léon. Bonne chance. Time for some red, white and blue. Rudy von Berg. Rudy, that 3rd in Kona. What did that mean to you, coming from a triathlon family? I mean, your dad raced it for I don't know how many years, how long ago. That 3rd, what did that mean to you, and how's that shaped your year leading up to Nice?
Yeah, I mean, Nice was the kind of, I wouldn't say Kona was the culmination of many years, obviously, in triathlon, 15, I mean, my whole life kind of building towards something like that. Hopefully, obviously, it's not the peak. We noticed a couple spots to get up there. But I think it sets me up really good on a course where people might have said, you know, everyone always said, you know, Nice is Rudy's course, he can crush the downhills, whatever. And then I podium first at a World Champs in Kona. So I think, at least for me, it was significant to do that first in Kona, and then it's the perfect lead-in for this race in 2 days.
So let's talk a little bit about that. You know, representing the USA, but you've got a home pretty much on the bike course. You've grown up in this capital of triathlon here in Europe. I know that we've mentioned before that essentially you have a home advantage, but it looks like everybody here is so well prepared. Do you believe you still have that home advantage?
That's what I say in a lot of the interviews. I mean, sure, I grew up here, but already the downhill, usually I always did it on the uphill way when I was little. So no, but a lot of these guys, as you said, have been training here for many weeks, and I don't believe anymore that I have an advantage like I did in 2019, for example, where I was able to put many minutes into pretty much the entire field, except for Gustav and Alistair. So yeah, everyone's well prepared. I think, yeah, sure, I can relax on the downhill, I can still do a fast split, but it's not a determining factor anymore. And as always, people always talk about the downhills for me, but I've been towards the front of the bike race by the top of the hill. So it's watts too. It's not just, he can go fast downhills.
It's been a long time since an American male athlete has won the Ironman World Championship. A lot of people are saying you are the one to do it. What do you say?
In a way, I'll slightly join what Leon just said. I wouldn't say I'm part of the top favorites, let's say, because, and I'm not blaming anyone. I mean, I haven't run the, regular 238 to 230 area, consistently. So that's kind of my job to obviously have a faster run, to be in the very top favorites. I think I'm in the conversation, and especially on a course like this, I'm quite confident, kind of this is my home, and I have a specific race plan till it gets thrown out the window during race day. And so I'm just generally confident, but it's not really my race to lead, let's say, or to really shape up. I think there are some few favorites that are a bit placed above me that can kind of take the reins of the race, and then I'll kind of do my thing around that.
Thank you very much. USA's Rudy von Berg. Denmark's Magnus Ditlev. Magnus, it was a good start to the year. Thank you for coming to my country, South Africa, to the Isuzu Ironman South Africa African Championship and becoming the African champion. A good start to this season. How's it been since?
Yeah, since then I've had two pretty bad races, but both of them, I believe, things happened a little bit out of my control. So I'm trying not to judge the shape too much off of that and focus on the build. I've done everything this year. I said, in the beginning of the year that everything this season would be about this race. So South Africa was really good, but everything has really been about peaking here in Nice.
You've gone from third in Nice to second in Kona. We talked to Leon about that progression, and I mean 3-2. What would that mean to you? What would number one mean to you?
Yeah, it would be the culmination of all the work I've done and the team around me. So it would mean, everything to me. It's the race. Obviously, it's the biggest race, triathlon race in the world. So that would be a dream come true. I never grew up from a young kid. I didn't know about triathlon, so I can't say it's been on my mind my entire life, but definitely since I got into triathlon, it's the race I've been dreaming of and thinking of the most.
If we look back at Kona last year, we're always, the focus on when we talk to you is Magnus, his bike, Magnus, his bike, Magnus, his bike, but we know that triathlon has three sports. You showed two things in Kona. You showed that you can run for sure, but you also showed that even through adversity, you can rise up and keep going and see what happens, and you proved that a second is what happens.
Yeah, I think I just kept going, kept chugging away, and that was a big learning experience for me of trying to stay positive and fight, be resilient, as the theme for this year's Ironman is also, I believe, resilience, and I think I showed that in Kona last year. That was the biggest mental fight I've ever had. I thought I was done 150k into the bike, but somehow I managed to just one pedal stroke at a time and one foot in front of each other. And I think if you actually do that in an Ironman, you'll come a long way, even though the level is really high. If you manage to keep fighting, I think you can come a long way.
Sounds like you know how to train the body, and now you've figured out how to train the mind.
I've definitely worked a lot on the mental side as well.
Thank you very much, Magnus Ditlev. Three-time Ironman world champion, our reigning world champion. as we look back on Kona, and I remember you on that finish line, I also remember you dedicating your win to your mum, a super special moment. And how do you take all of that and those 3 previous victories, not to mention your podium here in Nice before, into going, okay, let's turn off the noise and let's take what I know I can do, and I'm going to do it again on Sunday?
That's a good question. I really like the point that Magnus just brought up. The race is so long, and I think if you keep believing in your goal and your vision, and that you can still make it, you've come a long way. So Ironman has proved me resilience is definitely what counts, and especially for me, being a guy who usually gets a little bit of time on the bike and then runs himself up into the top spot. It's taught me so much in so many ways, and I'm just grateful for the experiences. And I've never dreamed of becoming a 3-time Ironman world champion, and it's the greatest feeling of them all. And I'm super excited for the race on Sunday.
So therefore, would it be fair to say that after that Super Saturday in Kona, the dream of being a 3-time world champion, you didn't dream of it, but it became a reality? Did that light a new dream to become a 4-time Ironman world champion?
Honestly, what comes to my mind was this race here in 23 definitely lit up the fire to become a 3-time Ironman world champion, because you mentioned the Harsh, and I think it's been 6 years in between Ironman World Championship titles, which is the longest period of any athlete, and so I'm really thankful for this race in particular to really fire me up again, and really makes me believe that I'm still belong there, and I'm still am able to manage to go with this Magnuses and Kristians of this world. And it just, the motivation is the same ever since. I still believe I'm able to fight for the top spot, and I'm here to bring it on.
We're always, like we said, we talk about Magnus, unfairly in a way, although it is due. We always talk about his bike, and when we talk about Patrick Lange, that incredible run of yours, beautiful to watch and so incredibly fast, and it is your weapon. But in Frankfurt, in Kona, there you came out in the first bunch, and you could almost hear the surprise in people's voices. Patrick Lange is right there up front, and which also positioned you really, really well, I would imagine, on the bike. Now, even though in Nice we talk so much about this bike course, the truth is it's race on from the gun. That swim is critical.
Definitely, that's what I'm expecting. Sam also mentioned Jonas Schomburg and all the dark horses that coming up, Jamie Riddle, they will push from the first meter. So we will have a really, really fast race in the first 2-3 hours. And I think it can be make or break. I think that's definitely not the tactic that I would want to play. I will not cook myself on the first mountain just to be on top of Col de l'Ecre in first or second position. It's not going to happen. It's not my type of racing. I think the real race starts in hour 6, and that's where it really counts, and that's what's really, I have to say it again, like the race of Magnus last year in Kona, it was just amazing. Seeing him sitting in transition, and he was questioning life choices. So I was, okay, this guy is not about to run. He's just, and then keep the fight on, and having this spirit, and seeing him on the run course, and he was just zoned in, and that's what it's about, and it's just amazing. So thanks for the inspiration, mate.
You talk about the finish line is not on the Col de l'Ecre, and hour 6 is when the race starts, and you've got that weapon. I mean, if we look back at your 2:37 in Kona last year, what run time do you think it needs here on the Promenade des Anglais to become Ironman world champion in Nice?
Yeah, Kristian always mentioned that he is able to run a sub 2:30. I think that would be great to see that. If there's one guy who can do it, it's Kristian. I always struggled a little bit of those couple of seconds to break this barrier, so fingers crossed for him. But in total, I think we will see a time in and around 8 hours. So I think it will be the first time in Nice that this 8-hour barrier will fall. If you want to take the victory, this is I think what it's gonna take. And again, you still have to believe. The evening before the race in Kona, I for whatever reason saw Gustav's finish in 22, and I thought, this time, how is it possible? I think it was 7:43 or something, right? And I was like, this is so incredibly fast. I was the first one to go sub 8 hours, and I felt like the king of the world. And now these guys are going 43, and to be able to break this record and level this up. I think it's motivation for us all to do it a little bit faster, and I think that's what's gonna take. I think sub 8 hour will fall.
Thank you very much, Germany's Patrick Lange, your reigning Ironman world champion. We'd like to give you the opportunity to ask the questions now. So to our members of the media, please, if you can put your hand up, state your name and your outlet. The floor is yours. The best athletes on the planet are standing by. We'd love to hear your questions. Members of the media.
Not everyone at the same time, no.
Bitte. Remember name and outlet.
Thank you for having me here. I'm Dirk, the talking head for German television. And question number one goes out to Norway, to Kristian. You look really skinny. How many kilos did you lose?
I'm not sure. I haven't been on the skate for a while, but yeah, it's a heavy course, so I guess it's advantage to not carry too much extra up on the climb. That comes with both in terms of liquid, but also body mass. So yeah, I'm not sure in kilos. Maybe 200-300 grams.
Danke, Dirk. Do we have... Yes, sir, please. Other side of the room, Liv. Here we go. Remember name and outlet.
Kyle Glass, Pro Tri News for Sam Laidlow. You built into the season quite well. You won your first full distance race at Challenge Roth earlier in the season, and then did another one with Ironman Leeds a few weeks later. How has the build been since Leeds leading into this race?
Yeah, it's been really good. I mean, I haven't been doing anything crazy, but so far this year that's been working for me. But yeah, I can't complain. I've just been on that upward trajectory, and so from the start of the year to Roth, I trained 10 hours a week. So you don't actually have to train too much to carry on that trajectory. So and also I just have to accept where I was, and again just have confidence that I'm still able to perform. So yeah, I'm confident that I can do better than what I did in Leeds. Yeah, and actually Leeds was my first Ironman victory outside of the World Championships, which is yeah. So it's been a great season so far already, and whatever happens, will be what it will be.
Thank you. Do we have more questions? I do have one or two questions from social media. This one is for Kristian Blumenfeld. Will you let others' race tactics influence or override your race plan?
I do. It's a little bit like the same as I did in Kona last year. Like, I want to be a part of the aggressive swim and bike, but then I think if I'm not able to do that, I have to sort of be better at readjusting my race plan and then go for like option B, which will be more like really trusting my run and making sure that when I'm coming down again to Nice, that I can still do a good run. Like, I cannot lose that weapon by cramping up on the second small climb just because I'm desperate. Like, so I have to be, So I do want to sort of be a part of the race, but still I have to have like a second option in case I'm getting dropped. But it's also good to know that there is coming guys from behind, like Cam Worth is probably going to ride well, and he's hopefully going to be behind me out of the water. So there is still people to be utilizing out there on the course. So maybe that's the learning from last year.
Thank you, Kristian. Do we have more questions? Yes, please. I see 2 questions.
Hi, it's Tim Hemming. I'm a freelance journalist. It's a question to all of you, actually. This is the last full distance Ironman World Championships we've got in Nice, and I'm wondering if anyone would say whether they would, like to be coming back here in 2 years' time. We're obviously all heading to Hawaii from here on in, but would anyone prefer actually to be coming back here to Nice?
As long as it would be possible to have both genders at the same event, I think it would have been a great location. So I really love the course and to be training here in Nice and the challenge of preparing for 2 different courses. But I think it's a challenge with the gender part, like half of them want to be in Kona.
I don't think we have to choose because we've got the 70.3 world champs from next year on every 2 years here in Nice. So we get to go to both destinations every year, well, every 2 years now. So I don't know. I'm quite happy also to go back to Kona. I think after last year's race, that bonfire, we'll keep saying that, has been lit and more oil has been spilled onto the flames. So yeah, I personally am quite happy with the way the calendar is going, and especially too with the Pro Series, it looks like the culminating race will be the Ironman World Champs in Kona, which somehow seems really fitting for the brand.
I have a question at the back.
Yeah, Fraser Cartmel, broadcast team. So probably for Kristian or Gustav, if you don't mind. 2018 in Bermuda, you guys catapulted onto the scene with your clean sweep. And ironically, the only athlete who's not here is the one who won that race. So I suppose my question is twofold. How much is Casper flying under the radar? And to what extent do you 3 truly believe you're going to impact this race as a unit?
We actually done it twice, the podium sweep. The first one was in Bermuda, but we done it again in the Ironman event, Bahrain 2018. And it's Casper is good in that part. I think me and Kristian is taking all the attention while he's sneaking a bit under, which is good for him because he says a lot of stupid things. So I think it's better for him to just not open his mouth sometimes. So he had some plans to what he's going to say on a press conference. I didn't hear anything of what he said. Actually made it to the media, so good for him. But I think a podium sweep is definitely possible. Like with Ironman, anything is possible. But it's going to take a lot, and we do kind of believe it ourselves, but as an athlete, you kind of paid to believe in yourself and believe in the group. So, I'm just going to say anything is possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think the 3 of us all think that we are in the fitness that we need to be in order to fight for the win and get on the podium. And that's one thing, but a lot need to go right on race day in order to get all 2 of us up on the podium. But that would be, I'm not even sure if it would be probably going to be even bigger than what happened in Bermuda, because then it came as a shock for the whole triathlon world. But now I think all 3 of us is established to potentially fight for the podium.
I think we're going to take this as our last question, Carl.
Question for everyone on the panel, or if no one wants to answer it. The last 3 years, Sam Laidlow's had the fastest bike split at the Ironman World Championship. What is the deficit on Sunday that you would be comfortable with?
8 minutes.
Sam, how much do you want?
6.5.
Well, I'd like to be at 0.
I don't know, what was it, 9? Isn't Kona 9? I go with 9:30.
4 minutes.
I only pick him up when he's having a blow up, so I don't really know.
6 minutes 34 seconds.
I haven't really thought about that too much. I guess 6 minutes 33 seconds.
Can we please give these amazing athletes a huge round of applause? Thank you to our honored guests. Thank you to all the media that are present. Thank you to everybody watching online. The Ironman World Championship here in Nice, France 2025 is going to be one never to be forgotten, one for the ages. We're going to get a group photograph. Make sure you catch us online with our live coverage. ProSeries.ironman.com, DAZN, Hessischer Rundfunk, YouTube, Outside TV, L'Equipe, and many, many more. See you for Super Sunday at the Plage des Planchettes, where